Hello readers, and welcome again to another book review on my channel DanWhiteBooks, the place where we step into the worlds of literature both for those who do read and those who don't. Today I'll be reviewing a classic book by one of my favourite authors, Aldous Huxley, called Island. Most read people who hear the name Aldous Huxley will immediately associate him with the famous book Brave New World. People who don't read may never have even heard of him, and that's perfectly okay. To put simply and to add some context to this review, Brave New World is Huxley's most famous work and is considered one of the greats in dystopian literature, often regarded with that of George Orwell's 1984. In contrast, Island, in terms of theme, sits at the opposite end of the spectrum, describing not a dystopia, but instead a utopia, a paradise island called Pala, whose people look at the modern societies of the rest of the world as secondary and flawed. And although this book was written in 1962, it was Aldous Huxley's final work, I believe they would certainly feel the same way when observing us now. Our societies are not perfect, we have many flaws, mental health appears worse than ever, overconsumption and greed are staggeringly prevalent, people hide from true feelings instead of greeting them, and the majority seem more concerned with pleasure in material goods and not in self-worth. If this is all sounding a bit philosophical, well good, because that's exactly the message this book is aiming for. Pala is a utopian society, but not in the way you would think. They aren't all mega rich with super yachts while partying every night of the week. No, there's more to it than that. It's more in awareness. It's more in insight. The tale begins with Will Thornaby, who becomes unconscious after falling while climbing a cliff on the Palanese island. He'd sailed by boat in the hope to learn more about the culture of these people and why it is they're so content in life and why their society is flourishing in the way it is. He's awoken by the words attention being repeated by a nearby bird. Attention. He's later found by the people of Pala and nursed back to health. Will is a journalist who is trying to discover more about this mysterious island and does so through intense and long dialogues with various different characters. They debate a wide range of topics from healthcare, religion, and later delve further into topics like education, parenting, metaphysics, and a whole host of different subjects. However, the main focus is on that of philosophy and spirituality. People in Pala do not hide from suffering, but accept it and balance it. Society focuses on the needs of its people and has various free policies that aid younger generations in their growth and development. The society is about tackling problems at the source and not wholly on the treatment, or shall we say medication, of these issues alone. The people see that they can fix their problems before they are caused and before they run rampant. Mental health issues that may arise from childhood are therefore identified immediately and acted on. Population growth is foreseen long in advance and corrected by policy. To put simply, Pala does not wait for potential pitfalls to become overruling before acting on them. They fix them as they are to occur or is predicted to occur there and then. The people of Pala have high emotional intelligence and are raised under many parents should they wish to be. The result is that they are vocal of their issues and they are also free to move about at a young age. Pala admits that people are not perfect and identifies the flaws in human nature and personality so they can be fixed before they become conflated and unreachable. This would be a lot like catching a cancer before it spreads, but let's take a step even further than that. The people of Pala would focus on what the cause was or why and how this cancer may have even grown in the first place. Obstacles, even if they do not yet affect outcomes, are tackled directly at their root and are dealt with in a prompt and succinct manner. There is so much more in this book and far too much to discuss in this review alone. Huxley's own experience on psychedelics appears strongly throughout this work, and that may be off-putting, but it is worded in a way that keeps interest and is very relevant. I would not pick this book up if you're expecting a piece like Brave New World, because this book is certainly not. There is a minimal plot and the characters are not at all memorable, for this work serves more to question Western ideas and societal beliefs than to be that of an engaging novel, and falls between a very fine line of political essay and fictional work. The dialogues are insightful but intense, and there's a great deal to be considered if you can stomach it, but let me assure you, the ideas are quite profound, but getting to them is hard work, and that should be expected. Huxley is an intellectual, and it shows in this piece of work. There are many terms used throughout this book I was personally unfamiliar with, and many ideas I had never even considered. But all in all, I enjoyed this book. I was rather saddened at the end because it's almost as if Huxley was right all along. And yeah, it did quite affect me at the end of this book. It was certainly a long troll to get through, but when you got to the end, you felt like you learned a lot, and then suddenly it came as a bit of a shock. Reviewing this book is hard work. I liked it, but I must again forewarn, this is not easy reading, not at all. I thought it would be, and I didn't read the back again, and I was certainly surprised. It's a book one could come back to time and time again, and it's full of ideas that could be explored in great capacity. As a novel, this isn't great, but as an essay on society and a debate on core social ideas, it is quite brilliant. So with this in mind, I cautiously score this book a 74 out of 100. My friends, thank you very much for watching this channel and this review. If you'd like to see what I'm reading, head over to Goodreads and look at my other book reviews if you'd like to get an insight into some classics in literature and some new books. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye bye.